could it be a conflict if your spouse is not on the same path that you're on? I know that we on our own individual paths, but as us being married in the same household and the different paths we're taking.
It it depends on a few factors, right?
Hmm.
It depends on your level of development
Hmm.
and the other person's willingness. Because if your level of development, as far as having a social intelligence, if that level is low, there's going to be a clash. I knew there's a guy who he's been following me for since a long time, and he's at the time he was married to a Christian woman, and he was getting into the Bobby and the Panic and the Dreamwise and the Melanin, the Chaos, Dark Side, Travis Mages. He was all about that. His wife was a Christian. There was zero chance that she was down for it, and there was zero chance that he would compromise. So he would always message me lamenting, right? He wanted out of the marriage. He just wanted to meet a girl who was into what he was into. But he kept trying to force it on her repeatedly. He's trying to like break, Jesus ain't really, and this, at that level of development, obviously it's not going to work out. But even if you do have a high level of social development, you can manage the situation. But I would say that now the focus is away from being a genuine relationship to now you're trying to, keep, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to keep things from being turbulent.
Hmm.
That's what I experienced recently. I made the decision to talk about the subject matter I talked about, knowing that there was a chance that she would not accept it. Now, could I have never brought it up? Yeah, we could still be together, but that's not exactly what I wanted. So I guess it can't work if the other person is open-minded and if the other person isn't trying to overstep boundaries and, force them to believe what they believe. Because there's been Jews and Muslims married, Christians and Muslims, you know what I'm saying? Like there's been different belief systems, but these are usually mature people, emotionally mature.
And there's even like the level of a master, right? So say if someone high level does meet a who's past the melanin and the chaos stuff, they meet a significant other who's like orthodox religious in their faith, then the true master will able to be able to finagle that. Like it'll, to their spouse, it'll seem like they're a pious Christian, but really on when they leave or something, or go out in the back shed and do the ritual, do your dharana. Or matter of fact, you could do all that. You could meditate on the cross with some chocolate sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great point that you brought that up. So again, it would have to do with both, because in that relationship, because I don't know if y'all remember in Gareth Knight, A Practical Guide to Kabbalistic Symbolism, there was a chapter where he was talking about the different relationships, right? Brother, sister, mother, father, da, da, da. That one there would probably classify as like a guru disciple, even though they're lovers. Mm-hmm. With him being a master, anyone who's close to him long enough will have to be a disciple. But it all depends on the willingness.
Right. I'm with you though, Trav. Because my wife, she listens to me. She lets me go down there because I like to go down there and read stuff and explain it to her because I'm really explaining it to myself. So I've been doing that for years now. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't even realize that I've been on the path for as long as I have, because she was like, when she kind of like was taken back, she was like, damn, it's been 10 years. And I was like, yeah, babe. I was like, I've been walking 10 years. And she was like, damn, and you've been telling me this shit for 10 years. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, I haven't been really telling you this shit. I've been coming down there. I've been saying stuff that I'm doing, but I haven't forced anything on you because you had a perception of the world and you were entitled to it. So I didn't want to steal that from you. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to realize that your perception of the world might not be what you like or what you want it to be, then you will start to look for a better way. You'll start to look for a different way. And I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm right over here. I ain't never forced my wife or anything. We live a really good, life, and I was just able to like be mundane. You know what I'm saying? Like just live in my relationship, you know what I'm saying? But when the door opened up, just a crack, I made sure I kicked that motherfucker down.
Let me ask you this question, stepdaughter. So sometimes do you feel like she don't receive you because it's emotional attached? Like
Say
she's
that
so
one more time. You cut out on me.
sometimes do you feel like she don't receive you because she's so emotional attached to you as a husband?
100%, bro.
Mm-hmm.
100%, because she looks at me like I'm Stephen. I'm her husband. I'm her equal. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with the people in your family. Like you'll go around and try to talk to your mom or something like that, and they'll just kind of give you the stink eye. But when the pastor come around and say something to her, she making tea and crumpets, got on her Sunday best and everything, and this motherfucker talking about bullshit. He trying to pull money out of her pocket. But
Mm-hmm.
it's that same concept. It's because they are very familiar with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And because a person is familiar with you, that familiarity was developed under certain circumstances, under certain conditions. And when they look at you, they can't see past those circumstances and conditions. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep on, like, you don't beat them up with it. But when there is opportunity to show a better way of thinking, that's when you hit them with what you got, and it don't got to be a lot. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of, it's course correction, just like you do a puppy. You know what I'm saying? If it's chewing on your rug, you just pull it by the tail a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He'll chew on you, pull it by the tail, he'll get the point a little bit. He'll get the point eventually. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing, I think. From my opinion. And it was the same thing for me, because my wife is the one that actually put me on the path, because I was in the church. And when she started coming down and going to church with me, she was telling me how fucked up the whole process that they was doing in church was, because she could see all of it, but I was in the church. Mm-hmm. So when she started telling me those things, I started looking at it and I was like, oh, damn, that is fucked up. Oh, damn, I see that too. But she pulled me away from it just a little bit so I could see it a little bit better. It gave me a greater perspective. Then I realized it wasn't for me, because I started to see it for actually what it was instead of being in the center of it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yes. My cousin was telling me about one of our friends. My cousin was always trying to drop knowledge on him, but this guy, they was in the car, you know what I'm saying? They turned the music down, and he was trying to tell him, drop all this stuff on him about, da 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 da. That dude looked at him, sparked the thing up. Look, man, I hear what you're trying to say, but I'm not trying to hear none of it. He was done, and he let it be known. And you know what? I respect that. Because after taking so much of that information, he was like, look, man, I can't use that in this present state. I'm trying to finish this blunt and go back to what the hell I was doing.
And he didn't see the value in it. He didn't see that there was no value in that for him at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,